What would you do if your bank, the place you trusted with your entire savings, suddenly froze your account for no reason? Now imagine calling for help, only to be laughed at, dismissed, and even mocked for your foreign last name. That's what happened to me. And after weeks of feeling powerless, I found a way to hit back so hard. The same people who disrespected me were suddenly calling with apologies and compensation. This is the story of how $3 bought me the sweetest revenge of my life. If you've ever wanted to see arrogant people get humbled, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and get ready. Because this isn't just about money, it's about dignity, respect, and justice. And trust me, the ending is worth it. Full narrative expansion. 1. Setup, the false comfort of trust. For some reason, maybe it was nostalgia, maybe it was blind optimism, I decided to trust a tiny local credit union with my savings. I thought, why give my money to some faceless megabank? A credit union is supposed to be warm, community-driven. They'll know my name. They'll treat me like a human being, not just an account number. I couldn't have been more wrong. 2. The first sign of trouble. It all began when I tried to pull out some cash from the ATM one weekend. My card declined. Confused, I walked inside and explained the problem to a clerk. She didn't seem concerned at all. In fact, her tone had this sharpness. That "you're annoying me" edge people use when they don't want to help. Then she said, "Here, use this code. It'll take money directly from your account." Apparently, this was some feature they offered. At the time, I thought, okay, that's useful. But little did I know, that small moment was the first domino falling in what would become a nightmare. 3. Funds frozen, the injustice. A few days later, I logged into my account online. My balance? Frozen. All of it. Every dollar. At first, I thought it was fraud protection, or maybe I typed something wrong. But after a call with support, I learned the truth. Their system had flagged me for review because of a minor accounting error. Basically, their own delay in deducting a transaction. I had an overdraft. I hadn't done anything wrong. But the punishment? My entire account locked for an indefinite investigation. I felt the blood drain from my face. Rent was due. Bills were stacking. Groceries don't buy themselves. And yet my money was being held hostage. 4. The humiliation, snark, and disrespect. Calling the support line was like stepping into a nightmare. Instead of empathy, I got arrogance. Instead of solutions, I got sarcasm. One rep actually sighed when I explained my problem, like I was wasting their precious time. Another said, "Maybe you should have read the fine print." But the worst? The not-so-subtle digs at my last name. Well, accounts like yours sometimes raise red flags. Unusual activity, you understand, with names like that. It wasn't direct. But I heard it. I felt it. That sting of discrimination, wrapped in fake politeness. I hung up each call shaking with anger, clenching my fists so hard my nails dug into my palms. My heart would pound in my ears. At night, I lay awake staring at the ceiling, whispering to myself, how can they do this? How can they treat me like this? Weeks dragged on. My money stayed locked. And every conversation chipped away at my dignity. 5. The breaking point family advice. One evening, exhausted and bitter, I vented to my family back home. I told them everything, the frozen funds, the snark, the hints about my name. My younger cousin listened quietly. Then, with a mischievous laugh, he said, "Why don't you let the internet fight for you?" I raised an eyebrow. He explained, there are online services, especially in Russia, where people get paid a few rubles, literally pennies, to post whatever you tell them to. Fake complaints, fake reviews, fake outrage. At first, I brushed it off. It sounded ridiculous. But then I thought about it. I thought about every smug voice on the other end of those calls. Every sarcastic sigh. Every comment about my name. And slowly, a smile crept across my face. That night, I sat at my laptop with my heart racing. The service was simple. Choose how many posts you want, pick what kind of profiles should post them, and pay. I typed up complaints, detailed, emotional, each one slightly different. They froze my account for no reason. Rude staff, discriminatory service. Avoid this credit union at all costs. I fed some of them through AI to spin new variations. The price? $3. The cost of a cup of coffee. I hit confirm. And then, I waited. By the next morning, it had begun. The credit union's social media was under siege. Hundreds of posts. Dozens of one-star reviews. Comments under every single picture. Complaints in multiple languages from multiple customers, all screaming the same thing. This bank is corrupt. This bank discriminates. This bank freezes accounts. I scrolled through their Facebook page, my jaw hanging open. What was once a tidy little feed of community news was now a battlefield. Their Instagram? A wall of angry comments. Their LinkedIn? Buried in criticism. Everywhere they turned, their reputation was burning. And the best part? None of it traced back to me. 8. The payoff they begged for mercy. That very same day my phone rang. Not a regular rep. Not a smug clerk. It was the call center manager. His voice was calm, almost trembling with forced politeness. We've reviewed your case. We want to apologize for the inconvenience. We're prepared to release your full balance immediately. And, if you prefer to close your account, we'll add $50 in compensation and transfer everything to any bank of your choice. I sat there listening, savoring every word. Weeks of humiliation. And suddenly they were bending over backwards to please me. I almost laughed. This was power. This was justice. 9. The twist, lingering chaos. Of course, there was one little problem. I had no way to tell the bots to stop. So the posts kept coming. The comments kept pouring in. The avalanche rolled on, long after my account was closed and my money safely transferred. Their little credit union would be fighting that storm for weeks, maybe months. And me? I walked away with my dignity restored, my money intact, and an extra $50 in my pocket. I still picture it sometimes, the smug clerk at the branch, rolling her eyes at me. The support rep making digs about my last name. I wonder what it was like for them to see their precious institution dragged through digital hell. They wanted me powerless. They wanted me silent. Instead, I made them feel exactly what I had felt. Cornered, helpless, drowning in a problem they couldn't control. And all it took was $3. This whole ordeal taught me something important. Sometimes revenge isn't about shouting or fighting. It's about finding the right lever to pull, the pressure point your enemy can't ignore. And when you find it, the satisfaction is priceless. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button. And tell me in the comments, what's the pettiest but most satisfying revenge you've ever seen? Make sure to subscribe for more stories like this, because sometimes karma needs a little push. Until next time, remember, never underestimate the power of creativity or $3 well spent.